Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you my Best of Beauty 2017. I can't believe the year 2017 has come and gone. It really feels like it was just 2016, like 2 months ago. It was a crazy year. It was a good year, much better than 2016. I will say that. I'm sure 2018 will be so much better for all of us, but I have pulled out all of my favorite products for this month, my standout products. And how I did it a little bit differently. What I did was I pulled out what's been on my vanity for pretty much the whole year. And that's how I did it, because that's how you can really tell what your favorite products were for the year and like your go-to best of products. Because if I went and dug through my drawers over here to look for stuff, it wouldn't have been authentic and it wouldn't have been stuff that I was truly loving for this year because I didn't reach for it. What I went for is the stuff that stayed out and that I put in my little organizer that I keep on my desk, or just stuff that is just here because it's messy, but just stuff that I wanted to have easy reach for. So that's how I determined what my Best of Beauty was for 2017. And it was just the stuff that I went for, and it wasn't just random blushes and lipsticks and whatever. It was really things that I truly wanted to use on a constant basis. So let's get started. It's kind of a lot, but not too much. So I'm gonna start with foundations first because I figured I have the most of them. Right here, my NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. You knew this was gonna be in my Best of Beauty. I've been talking about this nonstop. This is in the shade Medium 1, St. Moritz. It is my go-to tinted moisturizer. I've done countless videos on this and talked about this endlessly. It is just the best tinted moisturizer. It's so perfect. It has so much good coverage and it's very lightweight, very glowy, very radiant. Perfect for, you know, when you want to wear hardly any makeup and just kind of look put together. This is my #1 go-to, just flawless, hands down. Then my La Mer foundation, the Soft Fluid Longwear Foundation. I literally just talked about this in my December favorites, so I'm not gonna go too far into depth about this. However, it is perfection. It is truly long wearing, amazing coverage, and it looks good constantly. Like, you know, you can have this on for over 8 hours and your foundation is still gonna look good. It is going to cover all your imperfections. It's not gonna budge. It's not gonna, you know, spread all over the place. It's truly going to set into your skin and make sure it looks good all throughout the day. So absolutely love this. It is definitely well worth the price. So I love this foundation so much. Another foundation I was just in love with this year was the Dior Forever. This is I guess it's just the Dior Forever foundation. I know they had changed the name, but it's just the Perfect Makeup Everlasting Wear foundation. I love this as well. This was my go-to in the summertime because it really kept my skin matte, but still natural. You know, it had great coverage. It really, you know, held up in the heat and the humidity, but it didn't slide all over the place. So I really loved this. I haven't worn this too much. I've been kind of loving those. This has definitely more of like a matte finish versus the ones that have more like the natural. However, it's still really good, and as long as you don't like over powder, you know, your natural oils will eventually come through and still look flawless. So love this foundation so much. Then of course we have this, my Jodie Spillman Biofon foundation. I love this. This will be in every Best of Beauty, anything and everything. I just cannot get enough of this. It's what I'm wearing today actually, and it just looks like skin. When I grab my beauty blender and I put this on my face, it just looks like my skin. It just looks like I have nothing on, and I love that. I love that because my bronzer blends beautifully into it, my blush. It just looks like I had my whole face airbrushed. That's what this does to you. And I'm able to wear this, you know, again, I can't really wear this specific foundation when it's really hot and humid. It's more of a cream-based foundation. However, now that it's kind of cool and, you know, not as hot and humid, I'm able to wear this, and by all means do I take advantage of it because I love this. If I could wear this every single day, I would. So I love this Biofon so much. And then on the other end of the spectrum for the drugstore foundation that I was really impressed with, this is the L'Oreal True Match. I'm in the shade Neutral Buff Beige N4. I did talk about this too in a videos a while ago, more towards the beginning of the year, I was wearing this. I really loved this. For a drugstore foundation, it was really beautiful, natural, gave great coverage, and really held up. You know, it was kind of more of a, more of a runnier foundation. You know, it's just when you open it, you know, it doesn't have a pump or anything, so you have to shake it up. So it's more liquidy than the other foundations, but it blends beautifully. It's got a little bit more, I would say, light to medium coverage, but it looks like skin. So for a drugstore foundation, you know, drugstore dupe of some of those, this was really good. This was something I was impressed with. So those were my foundations, and yes, I'm putting them over here so I don't knock everything over. Setting spray, this is the Morphe Prep and Set Makeup Setting Spray. This smells so good. It smells like some expensive perfume. That's how good this smells. And it's an aerosol, so when you spray it, I'm not gonna spray it in front of my camera, it just comes out in this beautiful fine mist. Sometimes if we over powder, or if we get a little too heavy-handed on something, this is going to be your best friend in way of taking away that cakiness, but not leaving your face heavy. That's one thing I hate about setting sprays. That's why I don't really use them that much, aside from this one, is it's going to take away the powderiness and the cakiness, but it's not gonna feel like another layer of product on your skin. It's just very light, and it just kind of takes it away. So if I found that if I put on maybe too many powder products, you know, I had my bronzer and my blush and my highlight, and it was just too much, my skin was too dry, let's say, I could use that and I'll just take it away and I'll just set my makeup and it'll look beautiful. So love that. It's definitely my go-to setting spray when I needed it. So love that so much. And I'm gonna just briefly talk about, I'm gonna do like the randoms right now because they're sitting here and I just wanna run through these really quickly. Best brow product, the MAC Brow Sculpt Brow Pencil in Spiked. This is the one. It is a twist up on this end and it's angled just kind of like the Anastasia one. And then it has the spoolie on the end, which is probably one of the best spoolies I've ever used. I've tried a lot of brow products over the years, through the year. This is the one I want to keep repurchasing and that I look for. You know, in my little thing, this is what I want and what I wear on my brows and what gives me the best looking brows. So love this. But to go in conjunction with this, this is the Anastasia, the Brow Fix. This is just that little wax pencil that I showed you guys. I seriously can't do my brows without this. After I do my foundation and I get that all on, I will run this through my brows and kind of comb it through, and it just kind of sets them. And then when I'm ready to do my brows, it just makes it so much easier because they're already kind of tamed and set. And it just makes the brow product glide on effortlessly, and it just gives me like perfect brows. And I've never had perfect brows. I've always struggled with my brows. I can never get them to look the way that I want. But this little guy, definitely #1, I would say, for this year. And then my favorite corrector, this is the Smashbox Color Correcting Stick in Look Less Tired, which is just a stick form of the corrector. Love this, you guys. I am able to just draw like the very littlest amount in my darkness under my eyes and kind of blend it out, whether it's with my finger or with a beauty blender, and it looks beautiful. It layers very nicely under your foundation and your concealer. It's not too heavy, not too cakey. It's just like the perfect, you know, corrector. And if you want to correct on other parts of your face, because it's a stick, you're able to just kind of draw wherever you need that extra correction. And I know they have other shades of this. I know they have a green and they have a yellow. So whatever issue it is that you need to correct, they have a color for it. So I love that. And then for under eye mascara, this is the Wet n Wild Mega Slim Skinny Mascara. Love this. This has been just my go-to for my lower lashes. It is literally the thinnest, most perfect mascara wand. You can just get right under there. It pulls them out. It doesn't make them look spidery or anything. It just makes them look really nice, you know, and really full, and really kind of finishes off your eye look. So love this very much. Then we have these Real Techniques little miracle sponges. These are the little bit of the smaller ones that come in the 4-pack. These are not used. I just want to show you for reference. They have the flat edge like that, and then the little bit of a pointer edge. I really love these. when you get them wet, they get a little bit bigger and they're just very nice. And I love using the flat side just to kind of, you know, put my corrector in, you know, because I usually do my corrector before I even do my foundation. That way it's just got time to set onto my skin. And these are perfect. You know, when you are, you know, working in your under eye area, a lot of times, you know, sometimes bigger sponges, they don't really get under there very well, or they kind of push the product around too much. But when you have them and they're a little bit smaller, you're really able to get under and keep the product where you want it. So love those. They were like a little bonus find. So love them. And then let's continue on with, I guess we'll continue with face because I'll save my other stuff for last. So concealer. These two have been go-to concealers for me. They're both by IT Cosmetics. This is the Bye Bye Under Eye. This is like the original one, and then this is the Under Eye Illumination. They're both in the shade medium. This one is darker than this one. This is the medium in the illumination, and it kind of almost is a little bit too light for me. I like to have my concealer match my skin. So this is a little bit light, but that's okay because when I'm not as self-tanned or whatever, this works. And then this kind of matches my skin pretty close. So they keep it, you know, all uniform. But I love them both so much because they are literally budge proof and they will cover anything, especially this guy. If you didn't get a lot of sleep and you have really dark circles, or if you have stuff that you need to cover, this is going to be your best bet because it's full coverage, it's waterproof, it really lasts. Like if I am in the summertime when it was super hot and humid and I really needed my makeup to stay put and to last for a while, I had a budge-proof look, and this was always the concealer that I went to. When I went to Vegas, this is what I took because it just kept my under eyes, you know, covered, and I was able to spot conceal anything else that I needed. And they are really, really good products. So love these so much for concealer, hands down. Highlight. These two right here, they should speak for themselves. I don't even think I need to say anything about them. The Clinique Chubby Stick Highlight. I mean, come on guys. I have used the heck out of this. I love it so much. I've talked about it countless times. It is just like the perfect go-to highlight. You can literally draw your highlight on wherever you need it on your face and it looks perfect. And then this is the Becca Opal. Again, another amazing highlight, cream highlight that looks so beautiful, so natural, and it just gives your skin that beautiful glow from within. I've really fallen in love with cream products this year, you guys know that, and they just look so good. They give your skin that beautiful, you know, hydration and glowiness, and it just keeps your skin looking youthful. So go-to highlights, either one, whatever I was feeling that day. I was in, I would say about 80% of my videos, I was wearing one or the other of these highlights. So love them tremendously. Let's talk Ulta brand products. I really fell in love with the Ulta brand this year. I tried a couple of blushes. I never really talked about them, but they were really good. I didn't bother to bring them out here because if I didn't talk about them, you really, you know, I'm not, but anyway, these two products, the Cool Tone Bronzer and then the Banana Under Eye Setting Powder. This Under Eye Setting Powder, I feel like has been through the war and I'm almost hitting pan on it. And I love it so much. When I do my makeup and I want to set my under eyes, I literally will take my dampened sponge, whatever it is, and I will use that to set my face with this, or to set under my eyes and my T-zone with this. It's just that kind of powder, and it's not the kind of powder that when you're touching a, you know, wet sponge to it, it's still beautiful and silky and creamy. So you can touch your sponge to it and it's not gonna get that hardened, you know, film on it. So love this. This has been a go-to. It's super inexpensive. They always have, you know, buy two get one or buy one get one. And this is the bronzer that I just loved so much. Again, it is just the most perfect tone. You know, sometimes warmer tone bronzers, they pull a little bit muddy and orangey on me, and this is just a beautiful cool tone bronzer that looks beautiful, and it looks so good whether you're tan or you're, you know, fair skin toned. It's perfect. So I love those Ulta brand powders. And then this again is the Lorac bronzer. I really, really love this, you guys. I feel like I haven't given it enough love to express like how much I really have been enjoying it. Again, it's the Buildable Bronzer in Pool Party. I've been wearing the heck out of this, you guys. And for it to make my best of beauty, you know, even though I got this only a couple months ago, it is just so good. Like, just trust me when I tell you how good this bronzer is, and you need to go try it. Just swatch it. Just see what I'm talking about. And trust me, it is just really good. And I mean, I've been wearing this probably more so than my Tom Ford, which that I used literally in almost every video. In every tutorial, it was my Tom Ford. So for me to start transitioning into the Lorac, that's saying something. And then speaking of blushes, these are just two of the MAC Extra Dimension blushes, Sweets for My Sweet and Hush Tone. I just recently talked about Hush Tone in my favorites, but Sweets for My Sweet I was wearing so much. Again, it's just like that beautiful, you know, more of a darker pink, and then this is just Hush Toned, which is more of that peachier shade. Love them. Again, they're not cream products, but they have more of that, you know, creamier texture and consistency, more of that jelly, which I think just looks very flattering on your skin. So love those. Was always wearing some sort of version of those. And then we have eye products. So I'm not gonna, you know, pull out every single eyeshadow thing, but these were my two standouts. This one, the Tartelette Toasted. For a while there, it was all I was wearing. Like, I had to literally tell myself to stop wearing this palette because the colors are just so me and so perfect. And when you have, you know, your mix of mattes and shimmers, it's just all you want to wear. So this guy, definitely best of 2017. If you haven't picked this up yet, this is one of my favorites. This and the Tartelette in Bloom are like my two go-tos, but this one I will say, because I literally could not stop wearing it, definitely made the best of 2017. And then my Viseart Warm Matte, I got this the minute it came out. The minute it hit Sephora, I got this, and I love it so much. I mean, I think I've had this, I mean, it's probably, I want to say since February, I think it came out, and it's very well loved, and I just think it is so well made, and just the colors, anything Viseart, you cannot go wrong. But if you love warm shadows like I do, this is just perfection. I mean, even this shade right here is just so pretty, just to like throw in your crease, just like for a pop of color. And it's just like, oh my God, it's just so beautiful. Like when you blend that out, like look at how beautiful that is. It's perfection. So I love that so much. Another thing I've fallen in love with this year are shadow bases. So I've always had them. You know, when you like discover products that you had and you never used, that's what happened to me. So these are two By Terry shadow sticks, and then this is a Trish McEvoy one. I have a bunch of Trish McEvoy. For a while there, like a couple of years ago, Trish McEvoy was like the brand, you know, and I bought so much because Blue Mercury sells Trish McEvoy, and they were always doing like deals. You know, you can buy like this little set of stuff, and I always ended up buying it, and then I never used half the stuff in it. So this is the shade, oh God, Topaz. Couldn't even read that for a minute. This is more of the plummier color, like satin taupe from MAC, you know, in a stick form. So that is the Topaz. And then the two By Terry ones that I've worn and I've used are, this is the Ombre Black Star. So this one is in Ombre Mercury, which again is their version of the, it's more of like a silvery color, and then Bronze Moon, which is just my go-to color. And then I forgot to pull out the Burberry one, but the Burberry one would be right here with it. So those are my go-to shadow sticks. And a lot of times when I was wearing the Tartelette Toasted, I was wearing one of these shadow sticks underneath some of those shades. So when people were asking me what I was wearing, it was Tartelette Toasted, and then it was one of those shadow sticks. And I tried to, if I could remember, I would try to tell you like which one it was, because it would change the tone of the shadow. So that is that. That is my shadow sticks that I fell in love with, and I just wore them. And I just thought they were so flattering because you could use them as your base, and it would really just enhance any shadow that you wore. And it was kind of like you got two different shadows for the price of one. So love that. Now we're going to talk lips. And lips were really hard for me because I change my lip products all the time. I love lip products. I buy so many lip products. I've been trying to scale back on the lip product buying because it's half the stuff you buy and you just have so much. So I pulled out the ones that I really felt like I wore a lot. And there was this little guy that was the Tarte birthday suit, the lip paint. This came in a little birthday gift that they gave this year. It was like the best color. I wore literally this color constantly. I did videos with this color, I mean, in tutorials, so that is it right up there. I loved this, and it was like my go-to with like that ColourPop liner, if you guys remember. I just wore this so much, and I probably will get a full size of this sometime soon because it's just like the most flattering color. It's like a perfect like pinky nude, but it's not too light, not too dark. I loved it. And then these were the two, the new Tarte lipsticks that came out towards the beginning of the year. I got Colada and I got Beach Babe. And these are just their Rainforest of the Sea colors that I have no place to swatch this, so we're just gonna swatch you here. I love these colors, these lipsticks. I mean, I pretty much wore them out in the beginning of the year, but I still reach for them. I might not always have them on in videos, but like in real life, they're what I'm wearing. So this is Beach Babe and this is Colada. So this is more of your pinky nude. This is more of like your brownie nude. But again, either way, I love them. They are so good. They're creamy, but yet satiny, yet really long lasting, but they don't feel very drying like a matte lipstick. But they really stay put, if that makes sense. I mean, it's kind of like a odd description, but I love them. And I really want to, part of me wanted to get more. Then I was like, no, don't go crazy and get more shades because these are the ones that you would most gravitate towards. So they're the ones that you're gonna wear. So I love these so much. And I think that's it. I've pretty much cleared my whole little space here of my Best of Beauty 2017. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this Best of Beauty 2017. As always, let me know what some of your favorite products were for this year. There's a lot of good makeup that came out this year, guys, like a lot of good stuff. I'm hoping for me for 2018, I feel like I don't need to be purchasing that much makeup. I got a bunch of gift cards to Sephora actually for Christmas, so I know I will definitely use those. But, you know, as far as like stuff that I really like have to have, I haven't really seen much that's come out that I really need or want or anything. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I want to thank you guys for watching, for subscribing, for commenting. Again, thank you so much for being here with me. And let's make this a great 2018. And I will see you guys very soon.